So one of the most important things about prospecting is having a consistent schedule. Now, a lot of salespeople that I talk to, when you start, you get excited and you send all these emails, and then a lot of people kind of fall off and they don't stay consistent. So the most important thing here is to have pig-headed discipline in consistently sending out these outbound emails. So if you're a salesperson or you recently started a company and you're just starting out doing outbound emails, I recommend spending all of your time prospecting. And the reason is because you want to build the top of your funnel. You want to establish business relationships with as many people as possible so that you can choose who you work with. So once you get a little bit more busy and you send your first batch of emails out and people want to do business with you, then you could figure out how to allocate time to prospecting and handling deals and doing business. So again, if you're starting out, spend all your time prospecting, build the top of your funnel. And from there, as you start to get more customers and you get more clients, then I would actually spend the first 4 hours of your day responding to emails and sending out more emails, and spend the rest of the day handling the business activities. And the reason why, again, you want to be very aggressive with the prospecting is because you want to have an abundance of people that you can work with so you don't get stuck with bad clients, or you have more opportunities to make more money. Then that's how you're really going to scale your business. Spend the first 4 hours prospecting and the rest of the day handling your business activities. I know it may seem like a lot, but trust me, when you have the option to work with anybody you want and you could choose the cream of the crop, then your business is just going to take off. So when it comes to when to send your emails, from my personal experience emailing many different type of industries, the best that works for me is sending an email in the morning. So I live in California in America, and I am in the Pacific time. I typically schedule my emails between 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. And the reason is because when you're sending it that early, people in Central Time and Eastern Time are also in the morning. And so you're able to hit 3 different time zones and have them all sent out in the morning. And so you want your email to be in their inbox. And it's typically, for people who work, it's the first thing they do. They check their email to see if anything important is going on. If they see your email in the morning, they're more likely to respond compared to the middle of the day. Sending an email in the morning is going to be a lot more effective than sending it in the afternoon. But I have seen people send emails in the evening. That works too. But for me personally, I like to send it in the morning so that I can handle the responses throughout the entire day. And then when it comes to when exactly you should send your email, statistically, there's a lot of research that proves that it doesn't matter whether you send it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. A lot of people make the misconception of not wanting to send an email on Monday because they think people are bombarded with emails, or they don't want to send on Friday because that's the end of the week and people aren't interested in email. The reality is you can send it Monday through Friday and people are still likely to respond. Of course, every industry can be a little bit different, but for the most part, I would use that rule of thumb. And you could also send emails on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. And I found Sunday at around 8 p.m. when people are catching up on work before they get into the office on Monday is pretty effective. But for the most part, for me, I don't like to send emails on the weekends. I stick with Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. on the Pacific time. So depending on your time zone and who your ideal customer is, you want to just convert that into the proper time zone. But that's essentially my prospecting schedule that works for me. And I'm sure it will work for you as well. So the typical response rate for a well-written email is around 7 to 9%. This means that if you're sending 50 emails, you might get around 4 or 5 responses. Out of those 4 or 5, you might get between 2 or 3 meetings. So think about it like this. If you send out 50 emails, you might get around 2 to 3 meetings out there. And again, even no matter how well written these emails are, a lot of people take meetings for unknown reasons. When you email them, it might be perfect timing and they might be looking to buy. Or for other people, they may have just bought a competitor's product and they don't need anything from you. So you can't really know for sure unless you send the first email. But again, it's a numbers game, right? And no matter how good you are in copywriting and sending these emails, you have to know that not everyone's going to take a meeting with you. So that's why you have to stay consistent and constantly stay on top of your prospecting so that you have a pool of people to work with. So that's everything that we're going to cover for when to send your emails and what time to send them and what day to send them. And the main important thing is to stay consistent with your prospecting activities, even when you start getting clients and you start getting business, because you don't want to be on a roller coaster, right? A lot of people make the mistake of doing a lot of prospecting, thinking they have a lot of customers, and then when they fulfill those jobs, they have to go back to square one and start prospecting again. And so their revenue goes up and down, up and down. So to prevent that, you want to stay consistent and constantly be prospecting so that you always have people to work with, and you can be picky on who you work with so that you could work with the best possible clients.